So next is from Blood Sugar Baby, and the subject is Cesaro to AEW. Hello, Disco and Konnan. I'm a big fan of the wrestlers' gaming shows, such as Tyler Breeze's The Sweets or Xavier Woods' fantastic Up, Up, Down, Down. So wait a second. So this guy watches their shows on Twitch?
Yeah.
So he watches these guys play video games on Twitch?
Yes.
Speaking of Woods' show, it became infamous / so cool because of the insider comments that Woods makes. Guys, this is a guy that I'm reading the email of a guy that thinks watching guys play video games on Twitch is cool. All right, so we're just putting this in perspective. In past episodes, he's taken shot at AEW, given away storyline spoilers, and even spoken about contract issues. On a recent episode, he dropped a lot of hints that Cesaro, who is hilarious on that show, will be leaving WWE for AEW. I was wondering, Konnan and Disco, what you thought his chances might be. The reason why I mentioned Cesaro being so funny on Up, Up, Down, Down is that they even speak about how he freezes while on TV and can work a great match but has no personality. If he went to AEW, do you think he would do well, or do you think it might just be a case of one more ex-WWE guy just doing the usual on Rampage? P.S. Message to Huji. I'm a gay man, so all these YouTube thumbnails you make show off the woman's butts mean absolutely nothing to me. Give it up. All right, that's the email. What did you think of this?
I think.
What was the question?
Cesaro and Xavier.
If he went to AEW, do you think he would do well? Or do you think it might just be a case
I think he'd get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah,
of course.
And those guys are.
Here's the problem. Okay, and it's unfortunately people don't want to hear this because you're fans of AEW, but like honestly, AEW would have a far better chance at beating WWE in the ratings if they used the ex-WWE talent. Because you draw the audience and like, bro, they can bring all these guys in, but you got to get rid of the guys that they just will not get rid of. You would have to get rid of the Nightmare family. You would have to get rid of Cesar Bonini's group. You'd have to get rid of the Dark Order and just replace them with guys that are infinitely better workers than these guys are and more over than they are. You know what I'm saying? So you could bring these guys in and they would get over if you got rid of the guys on that show that are not over that shouldn't be on their main shows. You know, like I've always thought I don't understand why they don't just hire more WWE guys. If you could say Vincent, man, I've showed you that I can beat you with my booking with the same guys that you use on your show. Which would be that if I was Tony Khan, that's what would be my philosophy. Because we watch the guys from the WWE system. They're very professional workers. You know, they know how to hit their times. They know how to lay out post matches. They know how to it's a very structured way that these guys work, and you can see the work how professional it is.
Yeah, look at 2.0.
At 2.0, you know, I see that they work very professionally from that system. And that's what that show. That honestly, I think that's what that show needs. More people with the professionalism of the work that you're taught in the WWE system. What do you think, Konnan?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the question was again.
Well, the question was, would he be lost in the shuffle? And
yes,
he would right now. Okay, but let me ask you this: what do you think about my theory that if you hire the guys that can work and you get rid of the guys that are green? Would they ever do it, or would you be doing? Let me ask you a question right now. You're Tony Khan, right? Some guy, okay, you have a budget, all right? Do you get rid of some of these guys you're paying, like the WWE does, where they have mass firings every 6 months or so? They get rid of talent, and would you fill their spots with WWE guys?
Okay, he definitely, there's a lot of people that came on and that he should get rid of, and I would get rid of the people that no longer getting over or have been there since the beginning and aren't over.
For example, the Dark Order. Okay, right. They're breaking up the Dark Order. Okay,
well, it doesn't look like it anymore.
Well, I'm going to say, but listen, they were teasing breaking them up, right?
Right.
So when they were going to break them up, you would have literally 10 guys that are not over.
Right.
Because none of them got over as individuals. Maybe Silver did a little bit, but he hadn't really been on TV that much, or been the focal point of that thing. It's like you would break them up and geez, I got all these guys that are not over now because we never got them over, because they were in a big group. So I don't know.
The guy with the most name value in that group is Cole Cabana, and you never see him.
No.
He's always in the background, in the last row of guys.
You don't even see him wrestle.
Yeah.
And he can go.
Yeah.
You're really saturated with too much talent. What, Joe?
At first, I think Xavier and Cesaro were probably trolling a little bit because I don't see any type of news about his contract or anything like that.
No.
But I mentioned 2.0, of course, recipient of the K100 rub. they wound
Right.
up in matches with Sting and stuff. The reason I bring that up is Nick Aldis tweeted about the show. Did you see his tweet?
No, what do you say?
No.
He said, next week I add Poland to my list of countries visited in my career, and I can't wait. I've been really touched by the response from the Polish fans, and it must be in part due to the K100 rub because they're so big in Eastern Europe.
Went that well.
Yep.
Oh,
He
that's-
knows.
Yeah, good point. He knows.
Accurate.
Because he also
He
felt
knows
the
enough.
hex.
Nick
He
Aldis.
felt it more than most because he actually felt the hex.
Mm-hmm.
The hex let him know, and then Trevor Murdoch got the rub.
Yep.
You know,
Yes.
but go ahead.
And Nick Aldis sees the numbers. He started
Yeah.
advertising our show, and he faces, wow, I'm getting a lot of business from the K100 community. You know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
so there you go.
And they added new products, not to turn this into because we have a commercial for them, but they added some CBD products as well. I don't know if you guys saw that on Twitter or whatnot. So,
Nick Aldis did.
yep. So
Oh,
if you're
boy.
interested in checking that stuff out, legacysubs.com. We'll talk about it later.
LEGACYSUPPS.com.
Mhm.
That's been the mailbag.
Enjoy the rest of the show. Boom.